Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Barcast TV and to another episode of Barcast Daily. It is April 28th, 2023. We've got another high-level 1v1 replay for y'all, so let's go ahead and get into the game. I'll introduce our players. Spawning in the top left-hand side of the map, playing as the red pieces, it's Randy. And his opponent, spawning in the bottom right, playing as the blue pieces, it's Raghna. So both these players, no stranger to the channel, absolute pillars in the bar community, sitting up way high on the leaderboard. I believe both of them are top 5 on the leaderboard, so should be a great game. And let's introduce the map. This is Heartbreak Ridge, and really interesting map. It's got a lot of cool terrain. We see these 3 hills on either side here, giving some line of sight blockings, a little bit of, slowing down some of our vehicles as they traverse across the terrain. And there's this interesting ridge on the top and south side of the map, this plateau here that has got a lot of mexes on it. So looks like that's where Raghna chose to spawn with his commander. See, there's a little bit of a difference between spawning locations. And in this little kind of valley here on the left and right side, there's a pretty natural space for a base. So a couple different options for commanders to choose where they want to spawn here. Great maps and great topography. And enough of that. Looks like we have some ticks making their way across the map, so we'll try and see if they're able to do any damage. And Randy's already moving outside of his base, expanding with his commander, so he's chosen to go for a bot lab here. Just 1 mechs into 2 P-gens, and is going to be expanding very quickly, so really interesting open. I haven't seen that before. And Raghna has yet to make a factory here. He's gone for 3 mexes into 4 wind turbines, and is going to go into a vehicle plant here. So pretty cool open. We'll see how he's able to defend against these early game ticks, and if they're able to get any damage. It looks like these back mexes are relatively exposed to these ticks, so I'm sure they're going to get some damage done. Looks like he actually has a 4th mex tucked up on there, and Randy's gone the opposite way with his ticks. I'm sure if he had known his opponent was up on this high ground, he would have been moving all those ticks. And Randy calling out, of course he picks Arm here with his that have access to these early game ticks. So really nice job deflecting this attack. He ends up getting a scout out, and that veterancy on this tick was able to take that out very quickly. So lots of value here. Really punishing this greedy open of Raghna here. He's going to end up getting another mech, so this tick already paying for itself and is developing a lot of veterancy here. So let's see if he's able to take it out with this scout. Looks like that tick finally goes down, only loses to 1 mex. And we have 3 scouts out now, so I'm assuming these ticks aren't going to be getting any more damage done. So great job deflecting this attack. Really saving the day here, and kind of avoiding a much more disastrous situation. Take a look back at Randy's main base in his player view. Looks like he already has 3 construction vehicles out, and is adding on a 4th one here, using their build power to add on some more solar collectors, and is continuing to expand with his commander. So Randy playing very greedy with his open, just made those first initial ticks, and we'll have to notice how he's going to be able to defend against these rovers of Raghna here. So Raghna adding on a wind turbine here, noticing his power deficit, and has yet to add on any more construction vehicles, just really focusing on this attack here, looking for his opponent's main base. And we'll take a note, is he able to get any kind of damage with these rovers? He's looking for an opening, kind of sharking around, trying to find some damage, but isn't finding any. Looks like Randy's expanding onto the map. He has this double construction bot gang, adding on a radar system here. So he's going to be using that coverage to survey the board here. He's going to notice these rovers rotating up to the top side of the map, so it's going to trigger him to add this LLT here. Is he going to be able to get that up in time before losing this radar? We'll have to take a note. These construction vehicles are completely exposed, and Randy's playing so greedy here, just totally foregoing any kind of military units and continuing to add on construction vehicles. So really greedy open, and finally Raghna is moving outside of his main base with his commander. So we'll take a look at the statistics. Really close metal production here so far, despite that early metal extractor lost by Raghna. I'm sure he would have been farther ahead if not for losing that. So greed versus greed here in the game. I love to see it. Looks like this could be a could be a great macro game between these two fantastic players. So looks like these construction bots were able to get these two LLTs up. I really like this. Really like how Randy expands. He goes radar LLTs before even capping these mexes. So really just emphasizing protecting these construction bots. You can see he's going to be moving up to his north plateau with those, and is continuing to expand south with this commander. So he's going to be in line with his opponent here. They're getting dangerously close to each other, and we'll take a note how far Randy wants to go up this hill here. Is he going to expand up onto this plateau and put himself in danger against, you know, so close to his opponent's factory? We see one expanding construction vehicle for Raghna. Moving to the top side of the board, totally foregoing this middle part here. He wants to get this cheeky expansion undetected. Going to be adding on a construction turret after capping those mexes, and I want to say he could end up slipping past these pawns here, but no, they're so close to each other. He's got a fight command on. Let's see if Randy ends up catching this in his line of sight here. Just sees it in his radar, in his vision. I'm not sure if he saw the radar signature. So great job, Raghna, slipping those past your opponent, and that should allow him to get that expansion in the top right side of the map. Completely exposed. We have some blitzes moving into Randy's base. He's going to take out an LT, take out a pawns, and he's slipped through. So how much damage is going to get done here? See, one blitz goes down, two blitzes go down. So really nice job deflecting that. That second LT got that shot off to stop that run by. So could have been disastrous there. So hard to catch those units that are run by. And we see these pawns are looking for damage here. This LOT on the high ground does a great job of covering these construction vehicles on the low ground, and we have 3 blitzes here covering the left flank, preventing any kind of run-bys. So great job here with the unit positioning. So many mexes on this map. I'm surprised more players don't play on this map. This is a great board here for games. Or large terrain, great ways to rotate, enough mexes to support, you know, T2 economies. So should shape up to be a great macro game. We see Raghna is adding on this forward radar here, adding on some sentry turrets, so he's trying to box his opponent into this plateau here, but I'm not sure if this LOT is going to be able to defend against these pawns here of Randy. Let's see how well Raghna is able to defend against this. He has 7 pawns here, 2 kills between them. Must have been those two blitzes here that ran past. I'm sure we'll see a res bot here shortly. He's going to end up reclaiming those or resing them to his own economy. And I really like this top right expansion. This is going completely undetected. Can really swing the game in Raghna's favor. And I'm sure he has some plans with that construction turret in the top right corner. Could be for a sneaky air factory or another bot lab. We'll have to wait and find out. You have a couple idle construction vehicles here. They should be making their way to the middle of the map. Looks like he's going to be adding LLTs and moving into the center ridge right here. We have another double construction vehicle expansion gang, adding on radars, adding on LLTs, and is expanding to this middle right side of the map. So this is shaping up to be a great game. Both players are a little passive, just trying to get their half of the board locked up before really committing to any kind of attack here. See, Raghna spreading out these blitzes and is making a move to the middle side of the board. So it's going to trigger Randy to kind of parry this move. He's trying to keep up with these blitzes here. He knows the danger. These 5 blitzes can definitely take out an LLT by themselves. And we see Randy's reclaimed his bot factory and is making some gunships. So I haven't seen this before. Really underutilized unit, I would say, this early in the game here. Been theory crafting how to use these in my own games and have some ideas. Maybe I'll share them with y'all in the future. Once again, if y'all like these kinds of games, hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, and I'll know to make more of these high-level 1v1 replay casts for y'all. Looks like these blitzes shaved off an LOT, a couple mexes, trading 1 blitz for that a bit of economy here. Nice trade. Looks like they're moving up this hill, and you can see how that terrain slows down these vehicles here. So takes out another LOT, takes out another radar, and is going to be splitting up these blitzes to do as much damage as he can. So nice little run by here. These blitzes paying for themselves. We can take a look at how much they cost. Those blitzes are about 109 mass apiece, so just 2 metal extractors would pay for themselves. And one of these LLTs is about 90 mass if I'm not mistaken. 85 for the Armada LLT, so really just need to trade 1 LLT, 2 mexes even, to make them worth make a cost-efficient trade, and these blitzes are still getting damage done, so they were able to run by these LLTs in the middle and take out another mass extractor. So great job. Looks like Randy's going to split up these construction gang here. He's going to recap those mexes. And I hear some artillery shots going out, so for those newer players here, these artillery outrange these LLTs here, so can really counter this slow style from your opponent, and you need radar coverage to see these, so they can definitely outshoot their range. You need to have radar signatures to be able to utilize these to their full effect here. So we see this radar giving the signatures they need to take out these LLTs, and you can see Randy supporting them with these Janus. So really diversifying his unit composition here. Looks like this game's heating up. We have an engagement here on the middle side of the board. A lot of pawns looking for damage here, and these gunships. Oh, what a great move, taking out that radar here and sneaking these gunships in under the shroud of the map, and is going to be splitting them up, looking for damage here. So another surprise gunship moves. Looks like he's located the main base, and he's decided to go after this economy here. So looks like Raghna is able to get up this anti-air turret in time. So much value, and this whole bottom right side of the map is completely exposed. So it looks like all these mexes are going to go down, all these wind turbines. Raghna scrambling to defend against this. He reclaimed his factory in the area, so just has this build power to counteract this move. Adding on those anti-air turrets as quickly as he can. These LLTs can shoot these gunships, but they're not that effective. Takes out all the gunships here. Sorry, it takes out all the LLTs, splitting up his gunships, trying to get as much damage as he can. Looks like he's moving them to the middle side of the board, trying to clean up these construction vehicles here. And this is great damage so far. I mean, really at the cost of sacrificing some early game units. So I'm sure if Raghna was able to get some more units on the board and could sniff out, where is this mass going? Why isn't my opponent moving around the map with units here? And Raghna's going to be counterattacking. He's got a lot of maces, a couple Janus, and that's going to cause Randy to move up these medium tanks to try and deflect this. We see those Janus shots going off, taking out some tanks. These maces can do a great job trading against these medium tanks, and is even moving his commander down, so could threaten the main base of Raghna here, or Randy rather, and that's going to force Randy to move these gunships back to defend against this attack. See, he runs past one turret, takes out one of these gunships here. And he doesn't have any, Raghna doesn't have any anti-air in this army. Finally creates a forward anti-air turret here with his commander. That's going to protect this T1 army from the gunships for now. Meanwhile, Randy has so many artillery out on the top of this plateau here, showing this entrenched position. It's going to be targeting these LLTs for now. It should be moving towards the bot lab after that. So a lot of firepower here on this high ground plateau. So those gunships did so much damage. Totally shut down this expansion into the mid. Looks like Randy was not able to get this expansion in the top right. So these are cloakable Twilight Nexus here. So I'm sure he would have attacked those if he saw them. But great job using this sneaky expansion. And Raghna's commander is in the middle trading against these medium tanks, so he's dropping down really low, 24% health. Eating a couple Janus shots right there. Is down to 11% health. Is this commander going to go down? He's retreating back up the hill, scrambling to add LLTs with his construction vehicles, and is retreating to the cover of this plateau. Meanwhile, Randy has turned his attention to this expansion here. He's wiped out the Bat Factory. He's taken out these LLTs, and Randy's bearing down on this position with a really strong T1 army. He's got some Janus, he's got some tanks. It's going to force his commander to retreat. And how much longer does Raghna have in this game? He doesn't have a factory out right now. His commander could end up going down. Trying to use this D-gun to his advantage. 0% health. Oh my gosh, his commander's so low. So damaged. He's backing away as quickly as he can. He's trying to avoid these medium tanks. Scrambling to get some units. And where is his production at? It's like he's moved it to the top right side of the map. He's able to get this vehicle plan out away from these artillery. So should be launching a counterattack on this top side of the plateau. And looks like Raghna is able to retreat his commander here, so slowly increasing his health up to 3%, 4% HP. And Randy is chasing him across the map. Look how effective these artillery are. Protected by these protected by these medium tanks, he's just able to steamroll over all these LLTs. See, some mines are laid out on the map here, so great job, Raghna, using these mines to slow down the advance of your opponent. And it seems like he's going to get out of dodge with this commander here, so running as fast as he can away from these tanks. I'm sure Randy's looking for this. Does he know where this commander's at? He's using these move commands. And so close to finding that commander. Look how close he was, just a couple of pixels away. Raghna, great job hiding your commander there. So I'm sure this game would have been over if Randy was able to find that, but still we have all these artillery pieces looking for damage, trying to clear out these LLTs, and we have medium tanks and artillery finding this bottom right expansion of Raghna. Meanwhile, Randy's got so much build power. He's finally built a Juno, sensing the danger of these mines on the battlefield, and it's just producing tanks and blitzes on repeat. So meanwhile, Raghna found a run by here. This is gonna do some serious damage. 4 tanks is no joke on this main base, and Randy reclaimed his factory, so this is all under threat. Oh my goodness, he's scrambling to get an LLT up with this construction vehicle, but Raghna can just run past it, so all this economy is in danger, taking out mexes, taking out wind turbines. So Raghna punching back, really making a game of this. We see this bottom right expansion is under threat by this T1 army of Randy, and the main base this main base is getting attacked. Randy uses this air transport, moving back into the main, adding on LLTs. He's gonna have a tough time stopping all these run-bys, though. We see one tank has made its way into these solar collectors. They take a lot of damage before going down. That should give this blitz some veterancy very quickly, though. Where is this game even at? Take a look at the statistics. We see Randy's up by AK mass. One of these Junos going off, trying to find these cloak units before moving into his T1 army. So great job. Sensing a minefield is in wake, and he's going to put all these units on fight move to clear out this bottom right expansion. So see more run-bys looking for damage. Blitzes versus blitzes. And how much more damage is Raghna going to get done with these this run-by here? He's losing his bottom right, and he's trying to take this top right side, so really stalling on eco right now. It'd be great to have a Lazarus out, and that's just what he's made. So using that reclaim area command to try and get some mass into his eco. And finally we see these blitzes being dealt with by Randy. So Raghna, you gotta move those out of position here. You gotta move past this army here. Use that speed and surprise to your advantage, but he's running into these LLTs. Randy was able to move back into the main base with his commander, so still great damage done. These LLTs are not that effective against these blitzes. Takes out a couple more wind turbines, a couple more mexes here, leaving some reclaim for his opponent, but this bottom right expansion is almost completely destroyed. These artillery done so much value. 36 kills between the 8 of them, so 9 of them. So much value. Raghna saving grace is he has a middle of the board here, so he's got a forward radar. He's got his second factory up, trying to get these units out, and has a Lazarus trying to reclaim this metal to get back into his economy. So we see a couple of these moving around the map. This is a pretty ambitious little res here. It's like Raghna's struggling to spend his mass. He's light on power right now. You can see he's adding some in the top right side of the map here. He's got a lot of build power dedicated to adding on some wind turbines. We see another run by being cleaned up by these LOTs in the middle of the board, and I think that's all the low-hanging fruit. Randy's pretty much sealed up the expansions he has so far. He's got this left side of the map completely locked down. He's working on controlling this bottom plateau. He's got so many tanks on the battlefield, so many of these artillery still finding damage, so just a matter of time before this game ends. You see statistics, almost 10k mass produced difference between the two players. That is a lot of tanks. These medium tanks are about 225 mass apiece. Take a look at this construction card. 225 mass for the Armada medium tank. Raghna scrambling to put up some wind turbines here. He still has some mass in the bank, so he can definitely get some units on the field if he's able to spend that mass. You see this Lazarus goes down, trying to reclaim this mass in the middle, and that's going to be it. Raghna taps out. Great job, Randy. Definitely used those gunships to his advantage, so that was some great sneaky damage there on this wide open map. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next replay.